Let's go.
He said,
We are
"Good, bro."
back.
I don't know if that's a good thing though, because literally he did have like a good friend of his dead, so because of this, but
Two.
you know what I'm saying, bro? They out here.
Two in the hole. There's two can't be reached. We're not
But
going.
we got two. We got season 2, episode 1. We got that thing on lock. But let's go ahead, bro. Let's initialize. Let me tell you something right now. Whenever you get two of the best looking men on planet Earth right here to review the same show at the exact same time on the exact same channel, you have to believe there is a God. You know what I'm saying? Just rip the shirt wide open, Greg. Show them all the hairs. All right. With that being said, let's kick into the episode, Greg. Greg, season 2, episode 1, man. What do you think?
We are back, ladies and gentlemen, and we are back with Reacher and the Special Investigation Unit. We're diving deep into Reacher's background with the military now, as a backstory, and now we find out that possibly he's being hunted and his group is being hunted by somebody. We lost two members, Franz, who apparently worshiped Reacher and was here worshiping him. And we've lost Swanson. Can't remember his full name, but he left his dog dehydrated to death. So he's apparently
Oh,
dead.
yeah. What an asshole.
And there's two that
Like,
we can't get a hold
even
of.
if you die, Greg, you should come back as a ghost and make sure that the dog can get some water.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and put it there. So I wasn't really sad this one character died. I mean,
we
I'm
didn't-
gonna be honest with you. I can't. I'm not gonna remember all these people's names. All I know is like Reacher. I can't even remember the lady or the guy that's now teamed up with Reacher from the what was it? The
Neely?
one.
Neely? You don't know Neely already? From season
Yeah,
one?
yeah. I didn't really remember the name. Mealy.
Okay. Neely, and we got
Neely.
O'Donnell.
I do like O'Donnell though.
Yeah, he came in. He's
I
a
actually think his opening to coming into the series was actually better than Neely's.
yeah, I probably would have to agree. He's a very charming, very suave guy, good funny guy coming in, so he's got a little bit of everything.
But yeah, I was be honest with you, I thought this was a very good like setup episode. I do think they're leaning into a couple of things, which makes it a little campy and cheesy at times. Uh, with that, but you know, when it comes down to that like I'm fine with that as long as it's like something that doesn't take completely over the show. Because there was just like moments that were like when they were like, oh the password needs to be put in, and they were doing like basically the monologue about his thing. I was like, all right, whatever. And then there was like a couple other moments, like when they had the flashback, and then the fight breaks out, and you just see somebody get thrown through the window and stuff like that. But I do think this is like a they set up the bad guy, or at least one of the bad guys here, pretty up front. And I actually think that guy looks kind of cool, like what he's going to be doing in there, all of this. And then the mystery is going to be, why are they trying to kill the 1/10? I think they said they were the 1/10. So that's going to be
unit.
Right, and that's going to be the mystery of like going through these episodes, finding out like why are these why are they getting hunted down, why are they getting killed, what were they even doing? Because it doesn't seem like they were all working together, right?
Mm-hmm.
It seems like they were all doing their own thing, so it's not like they're trying to kill them because they're investigating a certain thing, at least as of right now.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the fun part of the episode, and I still think it's doing its whole like charming. We're not going to get too complicated.
We got some semi-famous actors in here. We got Dixon, who I've seen that girl in a couple of different shows. We got the Terminator 2 guy.
That's true.
We got the guy who always plays some kind of cop. I think he wasn't he in The Wire? Played the cop in The Wire. He's played other cops in different other situations.
I think so.
I think he was in Power as one of the mob guys, Italian mob guys. So he's been in some shows. And so we got some little bit of star power in this one.
It's right. Something I kind of laughed at or made a little bit of a joke about, but it was probably true. They did season 1. It probably did better than they expected it to. This one's got obviously more money to deal with. Now they're in the city. They're not in a small town.
Yeah.
So bigger production value there. Then you also have like them driving Land Rovers and shit. The fancy cars and like like you just said, there's like bigger name stars, I guess you would say, not huge stars,
Yeah,
but people that you recognize that are showing up in the show, like the Terminator 2 guy.
like the mayor in season one.
Yeah, kind of like the mayor in season one. But
Like
but
you
yeah,
know
you
him,
got
but you're like, what's his name? I know he's in shows, but I don't know, exactly who he is. But
one thing we gotta they did with the Terminator 2 guy literally is like has to ask the question because this is one of those like campy,
Mhm.
almost cheesy style moments where it's like, who's Sarah Connor? He has to actually say that because one of them checked the hotel under the name of Sarah Connor. Uh, but yeah, I actually think the bad guy might be more interesting. You know, now I do think he had to that tray out. Why did he pull that tray out in the bathroom to burn it?
He's
For one, you could have just set it on fire, let it burn mostly, and then just drop it into the toilet, which is water. Uh, but the tray wasn't even almost as big as the damn passport was. Well, the
yeah.
fire was like hanging out the side of it. Greg, what was
I guess
happening?
I guess it's supposed to symbolize how professional and meticulous he is. That he even has a tray to
Listen,
burn passports.
most people might be like, "Oh man, you're being a little nitpicky," but I'm going to tell you right now. Listen to me. If I'm looking at what's supposed to be one of the most intelligent and smart killers right out
Mhm.
there, then I shouldn't be thinking of these things.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't be like, why is this dude burning a passport that's bigger than the tray that he pulled out? Because it made it seem like he was all fancy, you know. I was like, oh, bro, we both thought he was going to do drugs. He
Yeah.
didn't. He just set a passport on fire. But I'm just like, bro, man, why? Let's find out. Then
Mm.
he's like looking at a comic book, and then, he gives that to a kid. So we'll see where all this stuff goes. But I would say a pretty good setup episode. You you didn't get like a crap ton of action in this. So there's different ways to set up. You either set it up by setting up the story, and you
Mm.
think the story hook's going to be good enough to keep people ready, or you set it up with like a really cool, like badass, like action stuff. And I say they set this one up more of like a story curiosity, which might be good.
Yeah, we got some action. We got the beginning where he stops that carjacking, ATM fight. We got the
Oh yeah, you
110.
got a few punches, but we're talking about like I'm talking about like bigger pieces. Like, yeah, you're right. You got a couple of small things where he beats up even the druggies with the
Hmm.
and takes the money to the preacher or whatever.
We got the 110 getting the fight, bonding. We got yeah, we had some fun action pieces, but yeah, they did definitely set up the story, set up everything. They gave you the mystery of a killer coming into play. We don't know what's involved. We got the Terminator 2 guy, he's probably bad, checking up on them. So he's in play. They got to introduce the characters a little bit. We got everybody on board and kind of push the story. And at the end, we have a big, well, good. I'm glad they're coming after the 110. Reacher's ready to go and roll. They set up the emotional tie to Franzi, who was the first victim, about how much he worshiped Reacher, how much he meant to everybody. Neely and even O'Donnell mentions that he loved that kid. So it gets the emotions going. Killing a dog is always, one of those bits they do about hurting a dog, killing a dog. It always gets people riled up,
Well, this
emotional.
one was at least accidental, so I don't think anybody, even the bad guy, didn't take the dog out. But it's whoever ended up killing him, then
Mhm.
the dog suffers because it can't, get its own water.
Yeah, I mean, it did lock him in a room.
Was he locked up?
Yeah, he was
I
locked in
thought
the
he was just
bathroom.
laying in like the hallway, but yeah, you might be right. Maybe they locked his ass up.
They locked him in the bathroom where he only had to
Hey,
drink
but maybe that maybe they were thinking, hell, somebody's going to come in here before all the water's
the.
gone.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So we got a little bit of everything are ready to go, locked in, loaded. Season 2 is in play, man. So overall, what was your grade for this episode, and what are you thinking so far, as grade wise?
Uh, we ended up, or I think I ended up like in the regular show as like a regular. I think I was like at the B- B range,
Yeah.
and I'm still there. But like I said, it's not bad. It's not a bad thing because like the
Mhm.
BA, you got to be like super great, or you got to be. If you're in that A range, you're going to be like, oh my god, I have to go and tell everybody that I've ever seen in life. This show is the most
Yeah.
awesome thing ever, especially when you get to the A+ range. But this is like a great show, and somebody was like, it's at that it's still at that level, and this season might even make this a different might even make it to where it's more like something to brag about or whatnot. But yeah, it's at that level of if somebody's like, oh man, I saw Reacher or I watched Reacher, I'd be like, oh shit, yeah, that's a good show.
Yeah. Agreed.
And then I'd probably talk about the show with them and stuff like that. But like I said, I'm not gonna like run to the the guy on the random guy on the street and be like, bro, you got to watch this. It ain't at that level. It's not a Game of Thrones or a
Yeah.
Breaking Bad or even The Wire, like you brought up, which is a really good show kind of
Mhm.
level. It's not at
Yeah.
that level, but it's pretty solid and it's pretty good. And you can definitely have fun with it.
Yeah. It's not one of those shows you're like, everybody's waiting to watch it the day it comes out, right? Or
Mhm.
they have every weekly episodes they're ready to talk about it on Monday and stuff like that. It's just one of those
Yeah.
things.
So let's say I don't even know what days these come out, but let's say this comes out on Monday night and it's Monday Night Football time. I'm probably watching Monday Night Football.
Mhm.
I'll probably watch this on Tuesday
Yeah.
because it's going to be streaming or whatever. But that kind of situation. But hey, like I said, that could change easily. But I just think this is one of those things. You make a simple show, it gets popular because you're not being too convoluted or too hardcore. You're just coming in here and you're having fun with it. And because it's on Amazon, they can throw a little extra blood that some of the shows on TV can't. The ones that come on NBC, ABC, CBS, right? So you can have a little bit more fun, a little bit more creativity with the kills and the fights and stuff like that. They can be more brutal on this show than they can be on the airwaves. But it's like a simple premise. Let's just keep it simple and let's do it. And right now, it's good to go. And like I said, they introduced the bad guy. I think is a cool new character, and I think the gentleman that just joined their team is a pretty cool character.
Yeah, so we'll see. Big thing is, will it be better than season one? That will be one of the questions we'll be diving into, and see, hopefully, if you want to see every series that you want to watch, their seasons get better progressively. Yeah,
You're
so
damn right. I actually think the production value and stuff like that went up a little bit for the season, to be
yeah.
honest with you. So I do think it looks better. I can't tell if the story is going to be better or not,
Mm.
but right now I think that's a good positive way on the way up.
Yeah, it was definitely probably like you said, a surprising hit that I didn't realize that it'd be decent.
All right, so your final grade was
B plus.
one. Yep, I'm at still at the. I'm going to stay at the B minus levels. Nothing's really changed or went too high
Mhm.
up, but it can change if the story gets better. But with that being, and when I say that, I think the writing's still okay. I think there's not nothing like I see this like super dumb or super stupid. Like I said, there was a couple of little cheesy, corny moments because of how it was written in this particular episode, but not nothing like big that I'm like, oh God, I'm quitting the show.
No, definitely not.
All right, well, let's get out of here. Until next time, stay cheesy.
Peace.